there were movements of Catholics that are called, uh, always with the Latin, sed evacantists, which means the chair is empty. That means the chair of Peter is empty. That they don't acknowledge the legitimacy of the Pope. Mel Gibson has been affiliated with some of these groups in the past. But in general, in the immediate aftermath of Vatican II, that was just sort of church. It was those were fringe elements. They are no longer fringe elements, is what I would say. Like the people who overtly reject Francis, outwardly, there still aren't too many of them, but people who kind of softly reject Francis, far more common, and reject the Second Vatican Council, far more common. And you see that in many, many contexts.
One of the guys I know who rejected Vatican II and was very active in just the formation of the modern right, as we think of it in this country, is Paul Weyrich.
Yes.
And he is one of the founders of the Heritage Foundation, who is very much in the news right now for Project 2025, their plan for a second Trump administration, which is like an authoritarian nightmare.
He was so interesting because he partnered with Jerry Falwell. And the Moral Majority. That was like the late 70s, like 78, if I'm not mistaken. That was an early alliance between Catholic and evangelical forces. And Falwell kind of was the front guy, but he and Weyrich worked behind the scenes on that Moral Majority for years.